Hello students, I hope you all are doing extremely well and I welcome you in our 10th video of online economics class. Well, today we will talk about the rotation of production possibility curve. In our last video, we have discussed the shifts of production possibility curve, and in today's video we will do some more general case of shift of production possibility curve, which is basically known as the rotation of production possibility curve. Well, for sake of simplicity or and to save time, I have already written down the definition of production possibility curve, that we know that PPC, this PPC represents production possibility curve, and we already know that production possibility curve is a locus of combination of two commodities that can be produced with the help of given resources. Now, while we were discussing the shift of production possibility curve, we assumed that the resources that were in our disposal got changed. Both the capital as well as labor got increased, and hence the entire production possibility curve has shifted either rightwards or leftwards. Rightwards shift occurred when there is increase in resources, both labor resource and as well as the capital resource. Whenever there was increase in labor resource as well as capital resource, the production possibility curve shifted rightwards, and when it happened otherwise, that means whenever there was fall in labor resource and capital resource, the production possibility curve actually come downwards and it moved inside way, and hence we named it as a leftward shift of PPC. Well, in today's video we will basically focusing on change of one particular resource. That means we will focus change of labor resource in one hand, and then we will consider change of capital resource in the other hand. So these are the two situations what we will discuss today. So the rotation, so we know that PPC is a locus of combination of two commodities that we can produce with the help of given resources, and whenever there is change in change in so whenever there is change in any one type of resource, that means either we will consider labor resource or capital resource. So in this video we will discuss change for the labor resource as well as change for the capital resource, and whenever there is changes associated only one type of resource, that could be labor resource or that could be capital resource, but here we will focus any one, either it could be labor or it could be capital. In case of shift of PPC, we have focused the change was associated with both of type of resources. That means the change was associated for labor as well as for the capital. There was, whenever there is increase rightward shift of PPC, we have talked about that there is increase in skilled labor force, discovery of new source of natural source of resources, natural resources, and there was new technique of production. So everything we discussed into the this shift topic. So all those things were associated with both of these type of resource, that on those type of resource that we have experienced some increase for those resources, labor as well as for capital, and hence PPC shifted. The entire PPC shifted. But here, in case of rotation, we will just focus change which is associated with any one type of resource. The change is associated with either labor or capital, and here this change could be either a positive change or a negative change. So let's discuss. So first thing we will discuss today, change in labor endowment. So labor endowment simply represents the amount of labor that an economy has, with the help of which we can produce various goods and services. So whenever there is change in the labor stock or the labor endowment, obviously it is clear to us that we can do some changes into the production process. If there is increase in labor, I mean the skilled labor force, that means we can produce more of the goods and services that were currently being produced. We can produce more of those goods. And if there is decrease in labor forces, we cannot produce those goods. Now this change is associated change in labor endowment only. We are not considering the change in capital endowment. So let's see in terms of diagram. So first draw two axes, and likewise previous examples I am taking this AC and potato, and here I have drawn our PPC. Okay, let me draw it in a much more clear way. Okay, that's fine. This is our PPC. Let's give it a name, AF. This is our origin. So now whenever there is some positive change associated with the labor endowment only, that means whenever there is increase of labor endowment and there is no increase in capital stock, the capital is remaining at its place, whatever, this AF production possibility curve is drawn with the assumption that the technology remains fixed. I have discussed in the production possibility video that the technology remains same. The assumption technology remains same represents the amount of labor and the amount of capital that is chosen for the technique of production. We can choose labor intensive technique or we can choose capital intensive technique, but whatever technique of production we choose, there will be some amount of labor as well as there will be some amount of capital. So whatever that amount was, that remained same. So on that assumption, this AF curve was drawn. Now we are changing that assumption. The technology remains same. Now we are just making a modification with that assumption. And now here we are considering that change in labor endowment only. So as there is change in labor endowment only, this directly represents that there is no change associated with capital endowment. Hence, if there is increase in some labor endowment, then PPC will shift or rotate in the rightward way. See, if this would be a shift, the AF curve will be totally moved upwards, the increase. But here it is rotating. From here, it went this way, like in a like how to say, like how the clock rotates. So clock rotates like this. So in that way, it is rotating from here to here. It rotated, but had it been shifted, this pen would have shifted from here to here. or this PPC would have shifted from here to upward somewhere there. But it is rotation, and this rotation occurred only due to as there is increase in labor endowment. So whenever there is increase in labor endowment, I am writing here increase in LL. LL just represents labor. Just I am writing in short LL. Simply it simply means that it is labor. So whenever there is increase in labor, the PPC rotates from AF to AF dash, and if there is decrease in labor endowment only, but there is no decrease in capital endowment, in that situation this AF will rotate inside way. When there was increase, it rotated outside way, and when there was decrease, I am writing here decrease in LL. As there is decrease in labor endowment, the PPC, the initial PPC which was our AF curve, that rotated inside way to AF star. AF dash is associated with the outward rotation, which is associated with increase in labor endowment, and AF star is associated with inward rotation, which is associated with decrease in labor endowment. My dear students, I am telling you again and again that this shift is basically known as the rotation. Because why it is rotating? Because like a clock, how a clock rotates, how the stick of clock rotates, so like that way here also it is just rotating. This point is remaining fixed. Why is this point is remaining fixed? Because we are focusing only change in labor endowment. Now you may ask that if there is increase in labor endowment, why doesn't the production of AC has increased? Because of the fact that AC is a capital intensive item, and in capital intensive item there is less use of labor and more use of capital. Had it been increase in capital increase, then this A point would have shifted somewhere upwards or downwards. But here we are focusing only increasing labor endowment. So as labor is increasing and AC is a capital intensive item, so the production of AC will not increase. Rather, the production of labor intensive item, which is the potato, that will increase whenever the increase is associated with labor endowment only, and whenever decrease is there with the labor endowment, then the AC production will remain same, because it is using less amount of labor and more amount of capital, and there is no change associated with capital. Here we are mentioning it very loud and clear that change in labor endowment only, no capital is associated here. So when there is decrease in labor endowment, the production possibility curve, which is AF, will rotate inward to AF star. So this is the change in labor endowment and how the PPC rotates when the change is associated with labor endowment only. Now moving next, we will talk about now the change in capital endowment. Change in capital endowment only. So this represents that the change is associated with the capital stock, and the labor stock that we have at our disposal remains same. There is neither increase in labor stock nor decrease in labor stock. The labor stock remain fixed, but there is some changes with the capital stock, that means the capital endowment. So let's see with the help of a diagram. So like the previous diagram also, draw a diagram like that one. Here I am drawing the PPC, which is our AF. Now the focusing point is that the changes associated with capital endowment only. Now let's first concentrate on the positive change. So whenever there will change in some positive change will occur with capital endowment, so this will represent that the stock of labor has increased because it is a positive change, and I am telling you once again that this change is associated only with capital and there is no change occurred with labor endowment. Labor endowment for this production possibility card, which is AF. Okay, let me give it a different name. AF. So let me give it a PQ. Yeah. So I am just giving two different names of this PPC just to make your concept distinct and clear. So this is our PPC PQ, which is drawn on the assumption that technology remained same. So now here we are making some modulation with the assumption that technology didn't remain the same, it somewhat changed, and change got associated with capital stock, not with labor stock. And if there is some positive change with the capital stock, so this will directly mean that we can produce more of the capital intensive item because we have more stock of capital, and capital intensive item uses more of capital. So in this situation, this PPC, which is our PQ, will rotate rightwards to P dash Q. The Q point remains same because of the fact that this change is associated with capital endowment only, and there is no changes associated with labor endowment. Here this point A remains same because of the fact that the change is associated with labor endowment only, but in this graph, in this diagram, the change is associated with capital endowment only. Hence this labor intensive item point, which is the Q, remain at its own place. It didn't shifted at all. Had it been shifted, that we have already seen in our last video, the entire PPC shifted because the change was associated for labor resource as well as for the capital resource, and here this change is associated with only one type of resource, and here we are concentrating the capital resource only, the capital endowment only, and this PQ rotated to P dash Q due to the fact that the increase is associated with capital endowment only, and it is a positive change with the capital endowment, and hence we could produce more of AC because we have more stock of capital, and with the more stock of capital we can produce more of the capital intensive item, not the labor intensive item. The labor intensive item will remain same because it uses less capital and more labor, but the capital intensive item uses more capital and less labor. And finally, if there is falling some capital stock, the PPC will rotate inward to P star Q from P dash Q, or it can come down from PQ also. So this is it. So whenever there is some negative changes associated with capital endowment only, and there is no changes associated with labor endowment, the PPC, the initial PPC, which is our PQ, will rotate inwards to P star Q, and if there is some positive change, it will rotate outwards to P dash Q. And here this change is associated with only the labor resource. So in this video we have covered the rotation of production possibility curve. It is not a very complex concept, but I would say it is a much more very interesting concept, and this is a more general case of shift of PPC, which is basically known as the rotation, and this rotation occurs whenever there is change in any one type of resource. So that means whenever there will be change associated any one type of resource, that could be labor resource or could be capital resource, the PPC will rotate. In this diagram, the change got associated only with the labor endowment. Whenever there was increase in some labor endowment, the initial PPC AF that rotated to AF dash, because of the fact that capital endowment didn't change, only the labor endowment changed. As a result, we can produce more of labor intensive item, potato. AC production remained at point A only, because AC production is a capital intensive item production which uses less amount of labor, and whenever there is decrease in labor endowment, the production of potato fall and it come down to F star point, and hence we got a new PPC A F star. But the point A remains same, because the same reason the change was not associated with capital endowment. The negative change got associated with the labor endowment only. It fall, the labor resource went fall, so there is decrease in labor resource, and hence the production possibility curve, which was AF, that rotated inward to AF star. And in this diagram, this is our increase in capital. The capital is denoted by K, and decrease in K. So whenever there is increase is associated with capital endowment only and no increase is associated with labor endowment, the production point, which was P for the AC, that increased because we have more of capital stock, we can produce more, hence the production possibility curve PQ rotated outward to P dash Q due to the fact that we can produce now more of AC as there is increase in capital endowment. But as there is no changes associated with labor, the production point of labor intensive item, which is potato, remain at its own place Q, and whenever there is decrease in capital endowment, the production possibility curve PQ rotated inward to P star Q, and the Q point again remains same because of the same fact that this negative change, the fall in resource, the fall in capital is there is only fall in capital only, and there is no fall in labor resource, hence the labor resource remains same, the production of labor intensive item remains same, only the production of capital intensive item AC fell down because we are experiencing a fall in labor endowment only. So this is it, my dear students, the rotation of production possibility curve. I hope you have learned this concept well, and if you face any doubt with these two concepts, change in labor endowment only and change in capital endowment only, so feel free to comment below on the comment box, and I will get to you as soon as possible. Till then, stay safe, stay strong. Thank you. We will meet in our next video.